violence is deeply rooted in gender inequality, and this continues to be one of the most notable human rights violations in all societies. Both men and women experience gender-based violence, but majority of victims are women and girl child. Welcome to the show. My name is Princess Eunice. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you.
You look good, Mr.
Well, it's my regular attire. No cap, no native movement.
That's nice. So, guys, what are your thoughts on gender-based violence?
Like the words, that forms gender-based violence. It's just violence again, based on gender. And like you said in your intro, it's basically it's more of violence towards women. I don't know. People say we live in a man's world, so it's more like looking at the women as a lesser vessel.
Well, that's how it is. But then, if you tend to notice, the title itself, while it's correct, might be politically misleading because, like the definition rightly said, some women actually victimize their men
The
as
men,
well.
yes,
So,
it goes both ways.
but then I do also accept the fact that actually we have more cases of violence
women.
against the women than against men.
So, aside the famous sexual abuse and domestic violence against women, what other violence?
I think people don't pay attention to emotional violence.
Okay.
There's also financial violence, but
Really?
yes,
Yeah.
there is.
I'm hearing it for the first
actually.
time.
Yeah.
Emotional violence and psychological violence. It's more of people are more accustomed to physical violence because it's what you can see. You can see the inflictions of the marks and all that.
Yeah.
But there's also, like I said, there's also emotional violence.
Really, for example, if we're going to go financial violence, there was this story that was quite rampant in Nigeria of a woman who successfully built her own house and got her husband to move in and rent the apartment. And every year she kept on increasing the rent of the apartment.
Yeah, I heard
And
that
then,
story.
it just became a cycle like that. So that's a clear example of financial violence.
The man ended up in
Emotional
hospital when he
No,
found out.
there's really nothing you can do.
He
You
ended up in hospital.
you can't just take that kind of emotional heartbreak basically.
Well, certainly this goes both ways.
The ladies tend to be victimized, for their gender, especially in higher institutions as well.
Yes.
Okay, that brings us to
if
the
you
sex
recall,
for grades.
sex for grades,
Yeah.
that was quite rampant.
Let's watch the video where the Vice President spoke at a webinar on sex for grades. We'll be right back.
There's always sometimes the point that is made that victims might have brought the offense upon themselves by their attitude, by their dress, or by their willingness to be in a compromising place with a lecturer. And this is one notion that must be rejected and must be resisted. The victim must always be seen as the victim. There cannot be an excuse, especially given the power configuration between students and lecturers, that the victim could have somehow invited the abuse upon themselves.
A victim is a victim, no truer words than that.
Exactly, because I hear some people saying, especially that sex for grades, based on the person's outfit, okay, because she's wearing something too tight or something very loose fitting, so she's calling the attention
Of the
it
victim.
doesn't make any
It's-
sense.
it-
I know there are different forms of
Violence.
but domestic violence is the
It's on the
rampant.
rise. A lot of people have died,
Yes, it keeps
especially
going
women.
higher and higher, and that brings us to this particular story that happened just a few days back, not too long.
Would you be talking about the Florida killing?
Exactly.
Sure.
Oh, serious. That broke my heart.
Sylvester Ofori, a self-acclaimed pastor, killed his wife
Too bad.
in cold blood based on this same domestic violence we are talking about.
But the thing is, in her situation, I'm surprised because there are reports that he actually threatened to
To
kill
kill,
her.
I think I saw a video regarding
At
that.
what point do you begin to flee for your life?
Do you understand?
I
And
didn't.
I think the society has been wired in such a way that any woman that leaves her home probably is tagged wayward, or
But that's
she was
that's
not
that's an
successful.
African.
it's
mentality.
everywhere, because
No,
from
it's
the
not
video
everywhere.
she was telling her elder brother to leave the man. Like,
Okay, now let us quickly watch that video where he
He
threatened his wife in front of her sibling. We'll be right back.
We didn't have nothing wrong with it. We came tonight, and can I promise you something? Promise me. If I don't kill your sister, then me, I am sick. You got the video, right?
Yeah, I got
I
it.
call the cops.
No, it's
No, call the cops, okay? No.
Barbara, stop that.
Tanya, you don't play with threats like this.
I had a rush of emotions. I wasn't, it was more than sad. I was angry. I was,
I
was-
actually the words that came to me were just flabbergasted.
even, I'm sure even if she had sighted him coming, she just be like, oh, okay.
Her
my
husband is coming. Do you
what
get
does he
it?
want? Does he want
The
to
gun
beg
was
me?
outstretched already.
He was outside, like in front of her.
Do you know?
new
I
job.
just think these women should just take it easy. Marriage is not an achievement, and you shouldn't, be uptight about it.
No.
Somebody threatened you in front of your siblings. The best you could do is to walk away and cut ties with such
She
person.
actually,
Virtually, it
did
is
that.
dead,
It
gone,
is-
and
It
forgotten.
is the same America whereby women kick men out of their homes for coming home late.
Kick men out of their homes, not kill them out.
Yes.
It's better to kick,
Let's
don't
not-
kill.
let's not forget.
I'm not talking about the killing.
Let's
I'm
not-
saying that I'm just surprised about her own reaction because normally I would have expected that she does what we all watch American movies,
Yeah,
watch all this
wait.
stuff.
Is
You
she
call the cops,
actually-
you have him, he threatens you,
Yeah.
he threatens to
No,
kill
that's
you.
what I'm saying.
You haven't
They
been the
actually,
house.
no, she actually left the house that day. She took her divorce papers from the house. She left.
Was she already divorced?
Yeah, no, they were in the
They were
process
in
of
the process
yeah.
of-
So she
Oh.
took the papers. I think he disagreed. He didn't want to sign it. So she left with her family. She had even moved out of the house, and she had to start a new job somewhere. And
Oh,
went there,
so
What,
you went-
shot her,
then in
still
that case-
went
in
to
that
the
case-
body and put more shots in her head.
In that case,
That's
it's a different case.
really-
That's just
that's
cold-blooded
really-
murder,
Should we-
basically.
Do we need to? I know there's not excuse, but do we need to talk about the fact that he's also a pastor?
Pastors
should be
are
just-
humans. Pastors are humans. I mean, but it's quite shocking actually because
Yes.
I think when you take the figures of gender-based violence, especially the most
Domestic
astonishing
violence.
figures come from the Middle East. We have huge cases. Over 4,000 Iraqi women had been killed as of July this year.
Now we know the numbers are rising, especially in relationship. When you think you're meeting a partner, somebody
For
that
the
you
first
can
time.
you go to bed at night, sleep beside, and feel okay, I'm safe. Do you think it's time to add psychological tests to? I know they do a lot of marriage testing. They do AIDS. They do pregnancy
Fertility
tests.
tests.
Do we need to ask? Is
Blood
it time,
tests.
or when exactly do we get to take this mental health seriously? Because I don't think it's normal.
At what point does the madness, quote unquote, begin? Obviously, not when you're in love.
Definitely.
Some things tend to build these things up.
Oh,
So, at what point
And
do
you'd have
you
seen the signs.
exactly? So the thing is, are you saying that the checkup should be monthly or it should be biannually, or
Oh, that's
how often
true.
are you going to check?
Mental
Because
health.
it's a
But for
gradual
me,
process
I
and all
think
that.
before, or probably when you are in a relationship with someone, you have to checkmate when the person is happy, broken, sad, probably excited, just, flow with the
Yeah,
different
I
vibes.
get what
Know
you're
how
saying.
the person react to certain,
There are always signs. No
definitely
matter
they'll-
how little, pay attention.
you
Always
pay
not
attention to
easy.
the little things. And
Always-
again, when you see that it's not working at all, just walk away.
Yeah,
Another important
that's the
thing.
word.
Another
Walk
If it's
important
not
away,
working,
yes.
walk,
Walk
away.
away.
And I, when this story actually broke, I read a lady's comment on social media. She was narrating her own story. Her husband had been abusing her, and she didn't let him know the day she was leaving the house. She
Yeah,
said she
that's
made
the
love to
way
him.
out.
She said she
May-
kissed him.
I think
she
I
cooked
read
for
that.
him,
Make
and
his favorite
when
food.
he went to watch ball, she knew she had 4 hours. She packed her. She didn't let him suspect it.
I think that was a
he could
smart
have
move.
gone crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she made an important point, because I don't think people always discuss domestic violence. They don't say, how do we avoid this violence?
I was coming to that.
Yes, and she said immediately she left and he realized he went crazy, but she made sure he did not see her either on social media or physically. So I'm sure he was stalking her page. Okay,
Let me know where
let me
she
know.
is.
Then he's getting more angry that she's living her
Yes.
life. She's celebrating a birthday. She's doing this. So he didn't see that it gradually faded. Even up till now, she said she's not still She doesn't still feel she doesn't.
She's safe
She-
enough
she's
to let
safe.
you know
That
where
was a
she
smart
is.
move. That
But
was a
she's
smart
just
move.
so I think we need to pay when people threaten your life.
Walk
this life is
away.
just
There's no
once.
two ways about
You just walk
it.
away. Basically,
There's no
they're
two
really
ways
Calling the
about
police
it.
is not enough.
It's not enough. Just go your own way. Did you know you can actually influence our next topic of discussion? Yes, you can.
Did you enjoy this edition of the program? If yes, hit the subscribe button, like the show, and above all else, follow us on our social media platforms.
From me, Yukari Alani, it's goodbye for now.